Hello, gamers! It's me, your friendly neighborhood Snyder. Back at it again just to tell you that I'm really sorry. This is 2 weeks late, and it's gonna be very late from here on out. We don't have a schedule for doing this anymore because, school and everything. But, yeah, I'm still editing this March 3rd. I just got done with the cutting portion, and I need to put in music now. So hopefully that'll be more exciting, but until then, I am just... Wow. Anyway, on with the episode.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the THT. We need to find a better name for this. Two brief announcements before we get started. Tomorrow, February 1st, I go back to school, college. It's going to be difficult for me, so the campaign, although we said it was going to be 2 weeks, which we have not been following through on for various reasons, is probably going to be delayed even more and just going to be whenever I'm ready for a session in my planning in between college classes. So, sorry about breaking that promise already.
Don't worry, it's not the first promise that has been broken on my channel. For example, I said I would upload every 2 weeks, and then I didn't for like 2 months. Sorry, twice a week. Don't worry, go on.
With that, we'll get into things. If you remember last time, we had all just found lodging for the night and were heading to bed, and it was New Year's Eve. Grace had found herself a dumpster with Mr. Cucumber, Egg, and her egg, which she was sleeping in, whereas me and Anthony had gotten rooms, a shared room, because that's
How many
cheaper.
beds?
2 beds.
Good.
In the Adventurers Guild. And now, Anthony.
Yes?
While you are sleeping,
Huh?
as the clock strikes midnight, your whatever power fantasy sort of dream that you usually have suddenly takes a turn. You start feeling calmer. Until all of a sudden, in your dream, you feel a plunging sensation, as if
Oh.
suddenly dropped into the sea.
Don't like that. Oh no, it's a sea dream.
In the dream, jolting up,
Oh,
you see
no.
a small hole where a thin pillar of light is cascading down around you. You start trying to swim up to it, just for you to flail in place, still slowly sinking. Suddenly, rising from the darkness below comes a giant hand, catching you from your descent. As the hand catches you, it raises you up. The rest of a woman becomes visible.
Ah.
She has long, flowy, silvery hair reaching down her back. She has a smooth, pale face, purple lips, and sparkling, prismatic eyes. She wears a long, one-piece purple dress, and large, wondrous butterfly wings protrude from her back.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm loving the aesthetic.
She brings you up to just below level with her face. Looking down at you, you hear her voice echoing in your head, although her lips do not move. Find me. With those words echoing and etching deep into your mind, you suddenly jolt awake in a cold sweat, back in your room.
Isaac? You awake? I just had a prophetic dream again.
I am fast asleep.
Alright.
Anthony, there's a slight pain on the outside of your right ear.
Is that my... Nope, that's the one that doesn't work. Okay.
You gonna do anything about it?
I mean, I'm gonna feel it. Is there anything wrong?
Make a perception check.
Yes, babe. Perception. I rolled. Ooh. Alright, dirty 20.
At first, you feel a slight bump there, before it seems to fade away into your skin. You see that there's a tattoo in the cup along where your ear meets your head, of a small caterpillar. And on the back, there is a mark in the shape of the image on the forehead of the image Grace will soon be ending you.
Alright, I'll have to put that on the screen if I remember.
I'm sorry, to part the veil a little bit, all of my art is on my other computer, And
Oh, no.
I named it all Kahoot. Kahoot Final Version. Kahoot Final Version 2. Kahoot Final Version for real this time. Kahoot Final Version with background. And I don't know which one's which, and Discord did not open. So.
Oh dear.
My bad.
Well, Anthony, you'll see that Kahoot soon. Based off of what you figured out, you can assume that there was a real caterpillar there before it sank into your skin.
That makes me incredibly uncomfortable. I'm not a big fan of bugs,
Yeah.
as I'm sure you've been well aware of.
Yeah. But it's like midnight at the moment, so...
Oh, I was about to slap you awake. All right. Is there anywhere I can like write this all down? Can I? I'm gonna open your. Can I open your spell book and just like?
My bag
just-
is defenseless on the side at the moment. Ophelia is not here. She has been bamfed to her pocket dimension.
Sure. I'm gonna open your bag and I'm gonna.
There are 4 books in my bag.
Oh, I'm gonna pick the least impressive one.
There's my spell book, which looks very impressive, and then 3 not so impressive books. One is a brown leather cover, one has a tan leather cover, and the third has a black leather color, all hard-covered books.
Do any of them? I just like open up to the first couple of pages. Do any of them look like journals?
So, one is entirely blank on the first couple of pages you look at. The tan one looks printed and is a storybook. And the black one has a bunch of magical and mathematical nonsense written and various spell sort things going on.
Alright. I'll have to ask you about that one later. I'm gonna, the first one I'm just gonna write Butterfly Lady Dream.
In the blank one?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm just
that's
gonna write-
the brown one. My quill is on the desk side table of my bed if you want to
Do it.
pick that.
Do I look like a problem solver? Yeah, I'll use that. I'm gonna jot down both of the symbols in case they disappear tomorrow.
The symbol of the caterpillar and of her forehead
Yeah.
thing? Okay. You gonna go back to bed or have anything else you want to do tonight? Well,
I mean, I could pull a prank on you, but nah, I'll just go back to bed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. You've returned to one of your many power fantasy dreams, which have
Okay.
honestly only gotten more stronger and more feasible in your own mind as over the years.
Baby, you know it.
So, that's interesting.
There seem to be power reality dreams.
Come morning,
Yeah, come.
Grace, you are woken up to a trash bag being thrown on you.
That's pretty on brand, honestly. I'm not surprised.
And Anthony, when you wake up, I have already left.
The dice.
I know, I needed to get them out of my
Attack of the
bag
dice.
That's
though.
like 15 seconds.
Just wait till you're not talking to touch dice, because then they can be murdered. But if you say important things while also dice-a-land...
Fair enough. When you wake up, I've already up and left, and Ophelia is looking down at you from the banister of your bed, watching you.
Ow! Well, hello. I'm gonna walk out and try to find if you're downstairs.
Okay. Walking downstairs into the Adventurers Guild Common, you find me eating breakfast.
Ooh, what's on the menu?
I have eggs and some ham.
I look at the ham and I'm like, is that who I think it is?
Haha! Potentially. Ophelia came down with you, but as you come downstairs, Ophelia disappears from your shoulder with a snap of my fingers.
Boy, it is weird. You know, whenever you do that, it feels like you're sending a projectile and just obliterating her.
I'm not!
But I know you're not, but it feels like that, so I always try to dodge out of the way.
You're not here yet, Grace. Would you like to come and find us from your dumpster position?
I am currently with Mr. Cucumber and Egg, finding my breakfast the real way, by taking bits of bagel and trash and eating it and being like, this is the life that I live. And I have a little banana peel on my head that's brown, like a hat.
Yup, that's canon.
Yeah, for breakfast I'm gonna pick up just like ham and toast, I guess.
Okay.
Time to-
Yeah, that's
Dinos never make eggs the way I like them.
That's gonna cost you 3 silver pieces.
What the heck?
Or, no, that's per day. That'll only cost you a silver piece.
Guess I'll go over to your place.
You're gonna join me for food? That's great.
Oh, dang. I wonder how my misophonia is acting. It's a crowded room. Lots of people are eating breakfast. I'm sure it doesn't affect me.
There's 3 other tables, 2 of which are also eating breakfast. The other is a group of people discussing things in a fairly quieted manner. There are no corner lurkers today. Yet.
Yeah, good for them. So, we should probably... I don't want to say the A word, but say sorry to Grace for yesterday. It did just occur to me that the way we split up party funds is we split our reward evenly, and then we gave her 5 of hers, and then we split the rest of hers for the party fund. Just the way things worked out, so...
We really need to, as a group, talk out what our goals are, what our plans are, and money distribution for the future.
I agree. I've got a few ideas, so when we're all together, I can say that. Do you know where she went, by chance?
Not a clue. She disappeared yesterday after turning into a raccoon. I have not seen her since.
Well, that makes 2 of us. Alright, I guess first quest of the day is to find Grace.
Okay, the door to the Adventurers Guild swings open. And you see, standing on all 2s, a raccoon with a banana peel hat and just the most swagger you've ever seen in a raccoon. And behind that raccoon is another raccoon who is also standing on all 2s, holding egg. But I, as a raccoon, have the egg pouch on. So it's just egg on egg. It's great news. And we waddle
Wonderful,
up.
Grace.
And I climb up onto the chair, and then I turn back into a person, and I go, "Sup, nerds?"
Hi.
Morning, Grace.
Other nerd. What's up? You good?
Sure.
You almost died yesterday. Are you okay?
Don't worry, I slept it off on the garbage. I probably should mention, where did you guys end up going?
We slept here.
But there was there was comfy trash for free, and you spent money to sleep on not comfy trash?
No.
Grace, I don't like sleeping on trash. I'm sorry. I will take an actual bed to please and thank you.
Yes, I also did that. Don't worry, we didn't share the same bed.
Sure, whatever. You guys are cowards. That's all I have to say.
Grace, do you need, what? You good, buddy?
Yeah. Do you guys want any free hat? I found some tiny booties for Mr. Cucumber in the garbage. I don't know what they were before, but now they're 6 shoes.
I'm just gonna say moving on, Grace. We need to figure out how we want to play things moving forward.
Alrighty, gang. So, I've been doing some thinking. Overall, our goal is to return home.
Not really.
It isn't?
I mean,
Is
it
it?
might be for you. Personally, I only want to return home if I have a way to come back afterwards.
That is reasonable. Well, I'll admit it, my rhythm's been thrown off.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Okay. It has come to my attention that we can become dummy powerful if we dedicate time and energy to our growth. I'd like to get back to the internet as much as the next guy. More so even. But I've decided to throw that life behind me. Guys, before I came to this world, I was a nobody. Well, I had a lot of friends, and people cheered my name wherever I went. And I'm pretty sure I was considered a god by at least 2 people on the internet. But that's not
All of
what
this
I'm talking
sounds
about.
extremely accurate, yes.
It is true. That's actually a real thing that I think is happening. But, I mean, realistically, I just spent all day laying horizontal on my bed. But look at me now. I can walk for 7.5 hours without breaking a sweat. I'm agile enough and know enough illusion magic that I could probably cosplay Bayonetta better than anyone back on Earth. I've saved lives, or life, singular. That would be Grace's. That's more than anything I could have accomplished behind a computer. So I'm proposing a new plan. I want us to become the most powerful entities on Sedna. How do you do that? Well, frankly, I've got an idea. It's never been done here before, but if we can become Tier 0 casters, we'll officially become the strongest there is. We may not have the power of blood, we may not have any armies yet, though I have plans for that. but we do have imagination. If we go back now, we may lose our powers. Things will just go back to the way they were. I'll be back at the job hunt, making enough money for food or rent. You two will do whatever it is you do when you're not putting me on a pedestal. I call this the worst end. Option 2 sounds like this. We work every day for 6 or 7 years, finally make enough money doing quests to pay off our school debt, and open a small business somewhere. Pretty boring. Option 3 is the good end for us. There's a spell that Isaac and I can cast called Simulacrum. It basically makes a short-term copy of oneself. That copy can cast spells. Spells that are a higher level than the one it took to cast Simulacrum. But only one can exist at a time. Don't ask me why I know so much about this spell, I was researching it for not horny reasons. But, just like the cure for cancer theoretically exists, you just have to change a lot of DNA at the same time. There is a spell out there that you can cast that does everything Simulacrum can do, but doesn't limit you to one copy at a time. Maybe it requires more ruby, or a more valuable base material than ice, but it's out there. And if we can crack that code, why fellows, we can have an exponentially growing army of tier 2 to 0 casters, who are all as handsome as me. So I say that should be our goal. First step, go somewhere and explore. Fortunately, this world has not been completely mapped out yet. That means there's hidden treasure, because there's always hidden treasure. Then we free ourselves from debt. Step 2. Until we become powerful enough to cast the necessary spell, we spend all of our effort, preferably less than 6 hours a day, tackling larger and larger challenges. Building our magic, making powerful allies, the works. Step 3, and this one's not set in stone. We amass an army, and cause enough havoc to the systems here that whoever or whatever runs this place is forced to do something about the fact that they're abducting people from other worlds with enough chaotic ambition to topple this one. So that's my idea.
I don't know about you, Grace, but I like the idea of option 3. What do you think?
I think we should do that and have a kingdom and name it Buttsville 6, and then come up with a rhyme for it.
That would be incredibly good.
Yeah.
DM speaking here again. We, as a trio, play Terraria a lot. We almost always name our worlds in Terraria Buttsville, and it keeps counting up. The last one we played was Buttsville 5.
Dead or alive?
So
We need a Buttsville 6.
this could be Buttsville 6. Back to the game.
Power number. It doesn't rhyme, but it is a power number.
Buttsville 6 power number, all caps.
Oh, Jesus.
I also...
None of us
Alright.
should be left to naming things.
Well, you let me name the first world because you had no choice. And now my reign of power will never end because there will always be more numbers to affix to the term Buttsville.
We need to construct the spire.
Can we please make a pumpkin spire, and then if you want to join Buttsville, the Mighty Kingdom 6 power number, you have to survive the spire?
It's not deadly or not anything, it's just like really annoying to traverse.
Everything's made
You
of
get
pumpkin.
caught on all the geometry.
And you're like, why is this corner so sharp, and why are there only rainbow torches everywhere? Every square inch is rainbow torches.
I miss Buttsville with all my being.
Returning to main issues, I think before we go anywheres, we need to save up enough funds, enough traveling funds and such, so that we can afford food and whatnot, and water and whatnot, as well as being able to travel. There's a spell I'm working on that'll be able to make things easier for us, but I don't have it yet.
It's because it's usually the parentheses. I swear, it's always
You sure you're not
freaking
missing a
parentheses or like a
semicolon?
semicolon. It's always the freaking semicolons because you mistype it as a colon and then your whole thing is exploded. Make an infinite loop and it crashes your computer and you don't know what to do about it. But your computer being your brain because it spells.
You know,
Yeah,
Grace,
I wonder if that's ever happened to anyone.
well, I do know...
Infinite
While I
spell.
used to know coding, I very much do not remember any of it now. And for my personal magical calculations and learning, I take a lot of roots in mathematics to figure things out. So,
Really?
That makes sense.
I think we need to figure out a good system for our party on how we want to split the funds, as well as how we want to go about quest accepting in the future.
I never want to go on another herb quest as long as I live, and if I see a boar, I'm leaving. I'm deserting you, and I'm never coming back.
Well, for money, I mean, first thing that came to my mind was we split it into 4 portions. We each take 3 and save the fourth one for a party fund.
Okay. In that case, I ask you, what general things would we see as necessary for the party fund?
Buying, like, lodging for all of us.
Okay, so the party fund would be something we would use for
hiring people,
lodging, and general affairs that relate to the entire party.
Yeah.
Would buying a spell scroll of a spell that would benefit the entire party be something I would be allowed to spend the party fund on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I will absolutely abuse this feature in the future of our agreement.
Well, I mean, don't.
I'm not going to abuse our party fund.
You just said you were... Wait, hold on.
So
one of these statements is a lie, and one of them is true.
Yes. It was a joke
bitch.
when I stated I'm going to abuse that feature of our agreement. I'm not
A
going
joke?
to
Really,
abuse
Isaac?
the usage of the party fund.
You're joking about the financial welfare of your best friends?
Wow. I've
Yes.
taken Anthony's
Honestly,
economics
abhorrent
class, and I can't believe you would say something so atrocious.
I've taken Anthony's economics class, and I still don't know how the economy works.
Don't worry, my uncle's dean of economics at Berkeley, and that's like all he talks about, is how pompous his coworkers are, because they'll write papers that mean nothing, and then if he says anything, they get angry.
I have a suggestion on how I think we should do quests in the future.
Nice.
I don't think we should do a thing like we did last time where we take multiple quests at once.
Yes.
We all saw how that went.
That's only because I'm bad at seeing things and not being killed by boars.
I also would like to suggest a working schedule for us of we try to work 6 days a week and take the 7th day off just as we can. Yes, Grace?
I'm raising my hand like in school, because I miss school.
School we just graduated from 2 days ago?
No, I mean
Oh, yeah,
real
Happy New Year.
school. I don't remember what I was saying because I got distracted with the thought of fireworks that probably don't exist. Hold on.
Actually, I'm working on a fireworks spell.
Ah!
Okay,
Go
Gandalf. Anyway, I think what we should do is we should do meat quests where we use our meat, but we should do brain quests to get in with the aristocrats of the area so we have that good network when we make Buttsville 6 power number, so we're already in. Networking is important, and I'm good at research, and rich people have a lot of money to research stupid things.
What I would like to suggest for us is we set an order and then each person gets to just pick a quest when it comes their turn, and we do that person's quest, no questions asked.
No
Some questions
asked.
Isaac, if you choose a bug quest, I'm not going... Oh, yeah. So,
Face palming.
interesting developments. I'm going to show you guys the mark on the caterpillar tattoo.
I immediately stick my hands on your head.
Book?
What?
Why did you write this on my book?
Well, I didn't
This
have
was-
anywhere else to write it. I could have... Isaac, I could have written it on your forehead.
Guys,
And I
everyone
chose
shut
not
up.
to.
Can I taste his ear tattoo for secrets? This is my
No,
question.
You may not.
I'm touching your head obsessively.
Makes me uncomfortable, but I'm not going to stop you.
Haha!
Grace, I'll get to that in a moment.
I'm not going to. It was a joke. It was a joke! It was a joke! I'm not gonna lick
No, just
Anthony's
you
head.
taking... I was going to say I'll get to you taking a look at Anthony's head in a moment.
Okay.
In response to what you've written, Anthony,
Great.
I pull out my quill out of nowhere, wave it over what you've written, and it just disappears.
Wait, no. Oh. Dang it.
What
okay.
a turd
I know what the
monkey.
other ones were.
Not
Isaac
this
is
book, okay?
Genuinely evil.
No, Anthony,
That
listen
was the
to
only
me.
one with that blank.
This book is my backup spell book. I need it empty in case I lose my current spell book so that it can be filled with my spells.
Yeah, you could erase
So-
it later, not just immediately like a stinky wiener would. Ew.
Alright, you know, Isaac, that's on me. I didn't ask. You were asleep.
Thank you for not
Also,
waking me. I'm sorry.
You're welcome. I also didn't prank you in your sleep, which is a first.
In the
Thank
2
you for
years.
that. I
we've
should
been here.
invest in self-alarming myself when we sleep in the same room from now on. I'm recognizing.
I could have used that, but okay.
Oh, you could abuse that as well.
It would take a lot less effort to wake you.
Okay.
Anyway, do either of you have any idea what this means? Because I didn't get it, and it happened last night.
So, Grace, when
Correct.
you look at behind Anthony's ear, you don't see anything. There is no mark whatsoever. It's just regular Anthony ear back there. Anthony, if you take out a pocket mirror, which I assume you have,
I have a few.
and take a look at it again, you still see the mark.
Yeah, no, it's right there.
Hey, buddy, do you have trash madness? Sometimes I'll eat something out of a dumpster, and then, some bad stuff happens. Did you come down with a case of trash madness? Because I've stared
but-
at your ear a lot in my time of living, and there's nothing back here. This is regular business.
You really can't. Alright, I'm not going to try to draw on it, because then I'd have to do it through a mirror, and that wouldn't work out very well. But, I mean,
Not with that attitude.
well, I wrote it down in Isaac's book, but it is not there anymore. It was a caterpillar design, and there was another design that looked... you guys have both played Hollow Knight, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You remember Hornet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one with the skirt? Yeah, it was like her
She
whole head design.
She really likes to punch
But
me in
then-
my butt. Specifically.
Yeah, she says... she yells at you and hits you with string. And then 2 butterfly wings coming off of that, which, beautiful aesthetic. I love butterfly wings. But I think I've attracted the attention of someone very powerful and very big. You're
said
correct.
butt.
I did say butt, and it was really funny of me.
I spaced out after you said butt. I'm sorry, but I'm sure your cool, not real tattoo is fine, and the trash madness will wear off soon.
So, Anthony, from out of my
Yes?
bag, I now take a non-attached to a book piece of paper and pass you my quill and ask you to draw. Can you draw what you see?
Yeah, I do that to the best of my ability.
Okay. Make a
Really?
performance check.
Really, Isaac? You're gonna make... Okay.
The DC's 10. It's just seeing whether or not you actually have the ability to draw something.
I do. I'm a proficient artist. I got a 24.
Great. You create a perfect copy of exactly what it looks like, and somehow, without me doing anything, my quill, which can draw in any color, you somehow figure out how to get it to draw the colors you need for perfect recreation of the design.
You're dang right I do. They call me Anthony. Incredible artist, beautiful man, and lovely man.
Oh, that's a really long title. That's not going to fit on a placard.
It's not. I've decided to shorten it down to Anthony Snyder.
Ah, cool. I wish I could do that with my name. Just kidding, I did! Take that, Dad! And then I, look down, and I stop talking.
Mage hand to pat you, Grace.
I don't... How do I console you when you do this?
No, I looked down because I was checking out the egg. I also got it a very small banana peel hat, and it had slipped. Why? What's up?
So none of you know what these symbols are? They don't look familiar?
Can I make an
no.
Arcana check? Or would I have no way of...
This would be a religious check, Grace.
Awesome.
So you could do that if you want.
17 plus 4!
You don't recognize this symbol.
Hey, Isaac.
Yeah?
You made me waste a 17 plus 4. I'm
you
never
act
gonna
like you
roll
would have
again.
gotten it better if you hadn't done that.
Well, I was hoping I'd get oh yeah, this is something old. But instead I got waste your 17, you
No.
buffoon.
It would be more accurate to say you have knowledge of general symbols of religions that exist within the Lunamore capital of Crestil, which we have resided in, and none of them use this sign in anything that they do. It's not you have no idea, it's that you know for certain this is not something you've seen before in any of the religions that are commonplace, or even slightly less commonplace within this capital.
Hey, buddy, bad news. You've been claimed by a cult, because I don't know what this is. But hey, good news. Looks like a pretty sexy cult, so that sounds like your alley, you know? That's like the street you live on.
Yeah. I guess you're right. I have to process that, I guess,
Maybe
sometime.
they're really big, sexy caterpillar people. And they've
Something
claimed
I
you
should
as their
mention,
next,
Anthony.
I would
While
like
you can
that.
clearly remember her symbol, you only have vague remembrance of what she actually looks like at this point.
Alright.
But you can still quite clearly remember her voice and what she told you.
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion and try to conjure up like as clear a visage of her as I can.
So just
visage.
like on the table, about the size, about this big-ish.
About like, yeah, hand size.
Okay, so some notable things that you can't remember what her eyes look like, and none of the beyond humanoid features can be remembered at this point.
Not the horns? I feel like I would remember the horns.
Nope, you only remember her vague humanoid shape. Some of the details are a bit blurry still, but you get the general color scheme and shape of what she looks like as best you
Alright.
can.
I'll take it. Yeah, I also had a dream with this person in it, and she had the symbols on her, and then I had the symbols on me, and I think they're connected.
The symbols which only you can see.
Yep. But I've written them
Okay.
down, so you can also see them.
I think this definitely deserves more looking into.
Definitely.
I feel an odd sense of
we can-
deja vu, but I don't know why. Huh, symbol
Deja
that
vu.
only the person who has it can see. I wonder why that's a thing that I have deja vu about. Man, it's
Right.
almost like someone's watching me through something. That's so weird. That's
Grace,
so
I'm
weird.
gonna be honest, I forgot about that.
It's okay, my campaign's irrelevant and doesn't exist, so it's fine. Because I don't know this is D&D, so I'd have no reason to be like... but I still feel it anyway.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
not to be confused with Grace's Castles and Krakens campaign.
Castles and crack. I think you mean
Yup,
Bones
that's
and
the name of the
Bones.
game that we had played.
What? I'm pretty sure it's called Bones and Bonesmen. Actually.
Okay.
I was the big daddy of Bones and Bonesmen. A game that
Skeletons
we
and
played.
Skeletons?
Okay, well,
Fun tabletop role-playing game
I'm
that we all
gonna
played.
roll up the parchment that Anthony drew his things on. Just tucking that in my bag for later.
Neat.
And returning to the issue of what we should do with about money and such, we should create an order for who picks the quests. I suggest we play rock, paper, scissors to decide the order, personally.
The order is arbitrary. I suggest we go alphabetically.
Okay, that's cool. I wanted to be in the middle, and that means I'm in the middle, because last time I picked a quest, I almost fucking died, and I'm really not ready to do that again, so I'll just have one of you idiots kill me instead.
Yeah, last time I picked a quest, Grace almost died too.
Yeah, isn't that cool how that happens every time we pick a quest?
Okay,
Jazz hands.
in that case, since we're going alphabetically, can I start since both of you have already picked a quest?
By all means.
Great. In that case, let's go take a look at the quest board now and find some work for today. Or do we want to take today off? I should ask that. Since we're just starting out, Grace nearly died yesterday. Do we want to take the day off?
I grab Isaac's shoulders and I look him dead in the eyes and I go,
Oh no.
I don't
oh,
believe
no.
in days off, idiot. Remember that one
You
time? Remember that one time I gave myself 7 paper cuts and plastic cuts? That one time at school? Because I had the audacity to touch my notebook? Remember that day? Yesterday was nothing compared to the day I got 7 paper cuts from touching my notebook. I'm ready to get revenge!
And when I
Yeah,
say
how's that?
revenge, Dr. Cucumber balls his fists and shakes them angrily.
because he is prepared as well for revenge.
What a treasure. By the way, how's your whole stomach hole doing?
I lift up whatever frog hoodie I have, and I check, and I go, stomach still there.
There is a giant stab wound there that looks like it's healed over fairly well from your various healing spells. But there is definitely just a large scar where her belly button used to be.
No! Well, that's actually great. Belly buttons freak me out. Fuck that guy. Am I right?
But there's still a belly button.
No.
It's just the scars over her belly button and the general area around there, about this big-ish.
Isaac is making a hand hole about the size of his face, but only the face features area.
It's like if you're holding a really nice mug
So
that you
that's
can wrap your
huge.
hands around.
Well, this is a giant boar that railed its tusk through your gut.
I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
cute people that I got it from punching a bear and fighting a nerd at the same time. I'm not gonna explain how. It's because I broke the nerd's glasses, but don't tell
At that
anybody.
moment, a slight snow starts falling.
I thought you were gonna say
Oh.
someone cute appeared and I was gonna turn red and die immediately.
I just pog-faced in real life.
Don't worry, I'm turning red in real life.
No, but just, it's slightly, there's a slight snow, very light.
I scream, guys, it's snowing! And I run outside and I try to catch snowflakes in my mouth because I was not invested in this conversation at all.
You go pick a
I'll
quest.
go find us a quest.
I'm gonna go make sure Grace doesn't get hit by a carriage.
What I'm actually gonna do is take a forced investigation quest that's just asking us to not fight anything, but go out into the forest at the west side of the dungeon and get a general idea of animal density in the general area to see if any animals are becoming less apparent than normal, in attempt to see if the monster parade is coming up soon, as it's reached a mark in which they're starting to check for that.
Okay, so can you sign all of us up without us being there? You probably can.
Nope. I go and collect Grace. Grace?
I flail around because I'm busy, but then I come with you because you're whining, and I don't like it when you whine at me.
I am in fact whining, yes. And at the front desk is not Lucy today. She is not here today. She gets the weekends off. It's currently about, I'll say about 8:30, 9-ish in the morning. Not many people have started accepting quests. A few people have, but both of the guild desks are open, and we can see Hazel, who we checked in with previously, the Tabaxi, as well as a elven girl that we do not know the name of at the different counter. And Anthony, I'm going to let you be our leader here and figure out where you want to go.
Well, I would like to get to know all of these people, at least a little bit, so I'm gonna walk up to the elven girl.
She has a plaque in front of her telling you her name is Maureen. Maureen, as you can clearly see, an elven woman with light blonde hair, taller than both me and Anthony, and hazel eyes. She's currently wearing a pink dress with slight green trims to it.
Cool.
Good morning, fine gentlemen and gentlewomen. How may I be of assistance to you today?
Hi there. My compatriots and I would like to take the West Forest scouting quest.
The Western Forest of Investigation quest. Very good. May I see all of your Adventurer Guild cards?
Right away. I hand mine over.
Yeah.
Pass
I
mine
also
over
do.
as well. Very good. Give me just a moment. At which point she disappears to the back for about 5 minutes before returning with our cards and saying, "Thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful day. We hope to see you again within the next 3 days at most.
Alright, you as well. Thank you very much.
If you have not returned
Thank you.
within this time, there will be a penalty on your guild notice, where you will still be rewarded for the quest. However, there will be a massive pay deduction.
Oh dear. Well,
Thanks for
guess we better get back in 3 days.
Thanks for the heads up, Maureen.
Thank you very much for coming, and I hope to see you three all again soon.
Let's clap it up for Isaac for his character voice.
You can't hear my clapping.
This quest had an NOP of 2+, had a time limit that it had to be completed within 3 days so that they could get current information about what's going on, and had a minimum amount of time of they would not accept the quest within a day and a half of you taking the quest, so you have to at least spend that much time on it.
Alrighty.
And the reward was 15 gold coins.
You'll love to hear that.
No, 12 gold coins. My bad.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
Continuing on, we're making our way through town, and I'll give opportunities for people to ask about what they see around, but the distance from the Adventurers Guild to the western forest of the dungeon, which we have been asked to investigate the general animal density in the area, is approximately 10 miles away, which will take us about 3 hours to get there.
Do we have, like, pointers on what, like, is the norm and what we should be looking out for?
There are 2 things to be on the lookout for. One would be if it appears that animals that do not normally hibernate are taking a hibernation-like stance, such as having a large stockpile of food and pulled away. Basically, if you travel through the forest for the required amount of time and never encounter a natural animal, or only encounter a natural animal once or twice, they know that within the next months or so, the monster parade will be happening. If you find an abundance of animals that are attempting to stockpile, because that also occurs, they will know that it should, within the next 1 to 2 months or so. This would be if you, say, ran into aggressive animals every hour or so.
Oh boy.
Is while in the forest. If you are stealthing through the forest along these ideas, trying to keep hidden from all the animals, if you see a lot of animal conflict going on, that is something to take note. They basically want to know the state of animals throughout the forest. There's no need to actually hunt anything or any of that.
Well, that's helpful. Thank you very much.
It should be noted that as I was waiting for both of you guys to arrive to breakfast this morning, I got to talking with Lance, where he informed me that we could exchange certain parts of monster corpses, not animal corpses, but monster corpses, in exchange for money at either the Adventurers Guild or the guard towers. While I don't know the specifics of each one, the character Isaac, I do know and inform us that we can, if we find these sorts of beings, gain money off of them.
I want to keep my eyeballs out for, like light-colored bark, like something akin to birch bark, just like on trees. And also, berries that look like I could make into ink. Or like chestnuts, because you could do that with chestnuts too.
Okay, got it. We'll keep that in mind when we get there, but nothing in town. And I also don't really have anything I want to be looking for in town, because I take a goal and go running with it, with no distractions usually, as best I can. So we exit town the same entrance that we arrived with Jane 2 years ago, and are making our way for the next 2 hours across to the forest. There's some sparse trees, but mostly open fields.
Oh wait, this is the monkey forest.
This is where there was a monkey? That is one of the things that we would be looking for. And you do not get to complain because I chose the quest.
I'm gonna recommend that we stealth, though.
Agree.
Reasonable. So, is that when we get into the forest or leading up to the forest as well? Because it will take longer for us to get to the forest if we go slow and use stealth to get there.
We should be fine leading up to it.
Okay. Nothing happens leading up to it. You do see a squirrel, Grace, if you want to chase that, but otherwise nothing is happening. Do you want to chase the squirrel, Grace?
The faces.
Grace, are you chasing a squirrel?
You told me there was a squirrel, and my attention span, as you know, is squirrel-based. I'm gonna go find that squirrel.
Oh dear.
Grace is chasing a squirrel all of a sudden. Okay.
It is peril time.
The squirrel is currently gathering a nut and trying to plant it in the ground for safekeeping, and is about 10 feet away from... No, about 7 feet away from a tree at the moment. You are
Hold on,
about
I have to use
30
big
feet
brain.
off of the squirrel.
It's very important that I use my biggest brain that I have.
Can I cast Speak with Animals?
Definitely
Real quick.
could.
Can I cast Speak with Animal?
That
and then
is
go?
also a ritual spell, so if you want to take the time to not use a spell slot for that, you could do that, but it will require you to take 10 minutes to cast the spell.
We do not have 10 minutes. There's squirrel time.
It's squirrel time. I
True.
cast the spell.
Surprisingly,
And
I found a stat block for a squirrel.
take out a pocket nut. And I squat on the ground. And I go, hey there, friend and pal. But it sounds like squunkity squunk squunk. Squunk squirrel sound. Squunk cheap. Burr.
The squirrel, upon hearing your voice, immediately, without taking a look at you, turns around and starts to dash off before realizing that it could hear you and understand what you were saying, and from the base of the tree looks back at you and is eyeing you precariously.
Don't worry, it's chill. I have that effect on people where they see me and want to run as fast as possible away from me. Or have me get murdered by boars. Anyway, do you want a snack?
Squirrel's gonna come a little bit closer, but is still not really approaching you that much.
Yeah, I get it. Don't worry. We'll bond someday. Maybe if I see you. You can still have this nut either way. I don't want to be pushy. That's how I made friends with the squirrels on my college campus back in the day. There was Fat Mama and Jerome used to dance for me in trees, so, you know, no pressure. Have this snack. And then I put it down, and I step back away from the snack.
At this point, the squirrel's going to dash forward, snatch the nut, and then run back to the tree.
Enjoy your snack, friend. I love you. Don't get eaten by a hawk. That would be not rad. For you. I mean, it would be for the hawk, but that's not whose team I'm on.
At reaching the edge of the forest, it is now 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's time to figure out how we want to go about doing this. So, Anthony, you mentioned that you wanted to take a stealthy approach to traveling through the forest.
That was my plan.
In that case, I need us all to roll a group stealth check.
I got a 6. It's a 5 plus 1.
Anthony?
Oh no, 13.
I rolled a 9. We're not stealthy.
No, the new snow, and it's all over the place, and I have a colorful outfit on. I'm going with more of a pink and gold today.
So I'm just gonna assume that anything that's looking for us finds us immediately with those averages.
Bad.
So we are not stealthed, but we are making our way through as if we are. So at a slow pace. And our first hour of travel through, we don't see anything, but also we see tracks of quite clearly animals are running away from us as they don't want encounters.
Good for them.
Or most specifically, Grace sees this with her amazing passive perception. There's more boar tracks.
I start sweating.
You guys should roll
Grace, roll me a
checks.
perception check.
Whoa.
By the way, I have snapped Ophelia in with us. She's on my shoulder, also keeping a lookout. But
16
Grace, what did you roll
plus 5.
for perception? And was that with advantage?
Yes.
Okay, so a 21.
Yeah.
Great. First hour in, like I said, you notice these tracks, but we don't encounter anything as of yet.
Hooray.
Second hour in, Grace, one more perception check for me.
I'm scared.
Again with advantage.
15. 10 plus 5.
About 10 minutes into our travel, finally we encounter something. Let's figure out what it is. That's not looking good. Oof. Oh. Oh.
Oh no.
No, not
I don't like
again.
that noise. That's bad.
We encounter a giant elk.
I want to hug.
It's gonna do something else, but no.
Big dog? Big dog
It
with
is not
horns?
directly offensive. We should be cautious.
Yeah.
Roll a nature check for me
I don't want to roll
to determine what you know about a giant elk.
Okay. Beans, I'm gonna flunk elk school, aren't I? Oh, jeez. 2 plus 6.
Grace, you know nothing about a giant elk except for the fact that it's like an elk but big.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
I should be clear. This is a huge size creature.
Oh gosh.
That's around 20 feet tall. Slightly smaller.
Golly, huge guy. Just massive.
I don't...
So I don't think I actually even realized how tall this boy was when I said we found him.
Not what you like to hear.
So he's actually sitting at the moment. So not as high up, but he is huge. And he doesn't seem to be reacting to us at the moment.
Does he
Okay.
seem to be
He
hibernating?
seems to be wistful. No, he just seems to be wistfully looking off into space.
I wonder if that's like a god of the forest or something.
I've watched Princess Mononoke, guys,
Golly,
and I'm
that-
very scared. I whisper very, very, very quietly.
Oh,
I don't blame you.
right.
I whispered,
I
but
don't-
not as quietly.
I don't want to get stabbed with more tusks, guys.
Grace, in this case, it's actually antlers.
Yeah, but it's just a head tusk. It's the same thing.
Fair.
Tusk hat, tusk hat.
Guys, what do you want to do about this?
Is he supposed to be here? Is this anything to be
mean-
concerned about for Monster Parade?
I think we should make note of it,
Alright.
but...
Isaac, give me that book I wrote in.
No. I'll take out my other book.
Okay.
The one that is quite specifically for note-taking purposes.
Oh! I looked at all of them and that one had weird magic nonsense in it, so I didn't pay attention.
Magic Research and Notes. This is where you could find any of the spells that I'm working on.
Exactly, nonsense.
So, with that, I'm going to flip to the back of my black-covered book and write down Forest Investigation, found a giant elk. Currently, animal population seems reasonable, and they are fleeing from us.
Hey, guys.
Yes, Grace.
How intelligent you think this giant man is?
Anthony, both you and me are going to try and make investigation checks to see what we might be able to determine what we might know about this creature.
Very well. Investigation. I rolled a 14.
I rolled an 11. Just by looking at it, this is not prior knowledge that we might have, but this is what we might assume from looking at it. It does seem to have it seems to be very absent-minded and unusually still at the moment.
Maybe he's pondering something, or maybe he's cursed to lay here. Huge. Maybe it's a Sequoia situation and he cannot get out of this clearing.
Oh no, he's in baby jail.
It is not a clearing, I should say. He is kind of just laying against a tree at the moment.
Neat. Maybe he's keeping something trapped in there.
I whispered, you guys, so I have a spell. And we could be friends with him. And if he's friends with me, I can touch him with my meat hands. And we can just ask him what the fuck's going on. And then we know all sorts of things about if there are monsters parading soon. So, is that something we want to try to do? Or is that not something we want to try to do? Because if we fuck up, this is a giant
Can you cast
mess.
Speak with Animals again?
Yeah.
I think that would be a good plan.
I'm gonna inch my way forward to see, like, a teeny little bit to see if it does anything. And if it doesn't, I'm just gonna scooch my tooch quietly till I'm in range of friends.
It does not react to you the entire time.
Awesome sauce. I'm gonna cast Animal Friendship and then speak with friends.
Then I'm gonna cast Words with Friends and we're gonna play a game.
As you cast Animal Friendship on this elk, it feels as if there's no target of the spell in the first place. Also, Grace, roll for me a d20.
I don't want to roll for you a d20 because I'm scared. 18.
All right.
Okay. You're fine. Nothing happens.
Okay.
But yeah, as you cast Animal Friendship, it's not... You know what it feels like when a being succeeds the save of Animal Friendship, or when it fails the save. This just feels like there's not an animal there.
Aw, man, this is an illusionary elk, isn't it? I wasted a
You
spell.
solved my elk puzzle.
Fuck you. I realized this,
Oh,
and I
dear.
turned to look at you guys, who I assume have not realized this yet. And when I wink to
We have
myself,
not realized this yet.
and then I tippy-toe like someone in a stupid-looking movie, and I like all the way over, and then I go, guys, watch this. And I put my hand on his head.
Grace,
But
what are
not
you
all the
doing?
way. Like, I'm not touching it. I'm, like, right above it, and I'm like, guys, I'm the king of the forest now, motherfuckers.
Grace, this is a one-way ticket to Whole Town.
I want that on a
And
shirt.
Do you try to put your hand on the elk now?
I feel like a bad thing's gonna happen if I touch it, so I'm gonna wave you guys over. Like, come here, guys, come here.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to start making my way over, assuming that with Grace being close, it should be fine.
Yeah, I'm tiptoeing behind Isaac.
Guys, we're gonna play a game of put your hand on this elk. Whoever puts their hand on this elk the best wins. I'm not gonna tell you what you win, but you should put your hand on this elk right now. He's cool, his name is Chadwick.
Powerful.
So, Grace, do you put your hand on
Absolutely
the elk?
not, I'm not a fool, but I will make one of you two do it.
All right.
I'm honestly just keeping 10 feet back from the elk, even still, Grace.
Guys,
You know what? What's the worst that can happen?
stop being
You're
cowards.
not getting
I
me
start
to come
dancing.
Up to the elk.
I put my hand on the elk.
As you try to touch the elk, your hand passes right through it.
Oh,
This is most definitely just an illusion.
Did I get you guys? I just
it's
talked.
an illusion.
I got-
was
did I
not
get ya?
expecting that.
Did I win? You won. You won the elk
You
secret.
did. Is that your? Is that your?
I laugh
spell?
and I go, hell no, but watch this. And I walk right into the middle of it. And I'm like, look, half goose, half elk. And then I cackle.
So, Grace, within the elk, because it's not a solid elk, you see that there is a fairly out-of-place rock. Quite clearly, it's been a rock that's been flipped over and placed the wrong way up over something.
Rock.
I'm gonna taste the rock for secrets.
I bend down, I disappear inside this elk. You guys don't know what I'm doing, but damn straight I'm licking this rock for secrets.
I have also entered the rock.
What?
Not rock. I have entered the elk as well at this point.
Oh, so you just got
Um,
10 feet closer in no time at all with your giant legs?
Detroit become one with rock.
Yes.
I lick the rock for secrets.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Watch as this is a poison rock and I die instantly.
Do it with advantage. Do it with advantage because I'm helping here.
I rolled a 6 and a 4. That was a foolish choice.
What's your modifier?
Investigation is a +4.
So that's a 10 and an
Yeah.
8. So that's a 10.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I should...
Listen, I know
So,
things.
you lick this rock.
Yeah.
Tastes like dirt.
Cool.
You know what rock it is.
Nice.
I, as the DM, don't. But you, as the player,
Pumice
know.
stone. It's a pumice stone. It hurt my tongue to lick it.
It is not that. Seeing that the rock has been clearly
I pick it up.
placed here by something, Grace picks up the
I
rock.
pick up the rock.
Great.
Big,
Wonderful.
powerful.
Under the rock, there is a sack about this size-ish,
Okay, size of a grapefruit.
with a note tied around the top of it.
I read the note. Not with my tongue, with my eyes.
The note, while is in common, is coded. So you cannot directly read it.
Is it in C?
And we'll need to make an intelligence check to figure out what this note actually says.
I call y'all over and I'm like, help me decode this thing. I'm not good at brain, apparently.
Grace, are you just passing that off to me and Anthony to look over, or are you still wanting to take lead on this?
Teamwork makes the dream work. I'm saying we all try to figure out what it means with a hearty discussion. Like a book club, but for a note that's coded.
I want everyone to make an intelligence check. And we'll take the average of that value as the
Bad
thing.
news, gamers!
Anthony! I can't say I did much better, but okay.
Oh, wow. You did a lot better.
No.
True, Grace?
I rolled an 11.
So 15.
So 15. Grace does the best out of all of us, but Anthony got a 4, and we're working on this together, so Anthony is actually working against us trying to solve this.
Yeah, maybe it's like a crossword and you have to, like...
I do
line
walk
up
up
the-
to you, and I see that my buddy's struggling with this note. Something about it's really eating him up inside, and I give him a good old pat. And so does Mr. Dr. Professor Cucumber. And I say, don't worry, buddy. You got it. Just go with your gut. I believe in you.
Thanks. My gut and your help combined has given me a 6. Number of power, obviously.
We
But,
still have no idea what this note says at the moment.
What's in the pouch?
We open it, and there is a sack of gems. It's just filled with gems.
Acquiesce gems.
22 gems in here.
Guys, we can't take this.
The largest of which is a fairly big pearl.
Hey, Grace.
Yeah.
I need you to look behind you for a second and just really examine
No.
the tree. And Isaac, take the gems. Isaac, take the gems.
Why can't we take this, Grace?
No, guys, I mean it. We can't just take it. There's clearly a note on it. It was hidden under an illusionary elk under a real-life rock that tasted like granite. And maybe some mica in there. Guys, if we could read the note, what if it says, for Jonathan's mom who's dying of death poisoning, and this is the only way to have them not die of death poisoning? We can't just take it. We can't do that. That's illegal, probably. To my ethics. If you find $100 in the woods, in a sack, with a note you can't read on it, what if you don't just take it? You're not like, I will ignore this note. I'll take this cursed blood money from the woods. You can't do that.
Very wanting to take this money for ourselves, I'm gonna make another attempt, solo this time, to try and figure out what the duck is going on with this note. And god damn it, yes, I rolled a 23, which is high enough to break the DC.
Yay!
Turns out it was a letter shift cipher.
I don't know what that is.
Ew,
Don't
he's
worry,
talking
I
about
do.
his stupid cipher class. Yuck.
And with this, I learn that the note says, there has been a change of plans and I have had to leave immediately. Please deliver the requested items to the center of the blank forest. Your pay shall be tripled and take this sack of gems as a bonus. At the bottom of the note, and for some reason, I forgot to mention this earlier, Anthony. The forehead mark is at the bottom of the note.
Oh no!
Guys, this is part of Anthony's
Hold
weird
on.
caterpillar sex cult. We're not taking this sex money.
I got it. I mean,
That's gross. It probably has germs.
maybe it's for... I don't know. Like, I had that dream last night and it was the first time I ever had it. Maybe this...
Did you make a deal to deliver goods to the woods? What?
Goods to the Woods. Ah, that's the title of this episode.
Oh, great. So, here's what I'm going to say before anything else. And I reach into the and I'm going to try and reach into the grab and snatch the pearl before Grace can stop
You're gonna
me.
reach into the grab and snatch the pearl?
Bag.
I'm so...
I'm reaching into the bag to snatch the pearl.
You guys...
There's a pearl in
I'm
the
not.
bag. I am snatching that pearl.
I attempt to smack you in any part of your gigantic body.
Well, okay. So it's a sack of gems, right?
Yes. So
It's-
I failed that. But
it's-
okay.
Good.
It's still a sack of gems. Maybe we each take one and then... That'll be 19... That'll be a bag of 19 gems left.
The gems are of varying sizes and quantities.
Okay. Hear me out, guys. We have two choices. One, pretend this did not happen and continue with our fucking lives. Two, we assume the identity of whoever was supposed to acquire this note and live our lives as theirs now. So technically, it's fine. But we will get our butts cut off.
Well, this is a note directed at someone who hasn't arrived yet. We could wait here and find that person.
But then we'd have to kill them to assume
That's
their
figure
identity.
out what's going on.
Well, that's... Grace, I don't think that's part of the plan.
It is. If they're part of a creepy sex cult,
We could just say, hey...
like they're gonna kill us. That's what's gonna happen if we found something.
Well, we
bad.
don't know if it's creepy sex
Yeah,
or
we
a cult.
do.
It could just be like a secret order. It might... I mean, yeah, it is kind of my whole thing. But it wouldn't be a creepy sex cult if it was my thing. Or... Shut up. Don't worry about it. It wouldn't be a number of things.
I'm scared.
But, I mean, I think we
I
should...
say,
Go
A,
ahead.
we should take the gems, leave the note, scribbling out the part about the gem part. Or B, wait to figure out what's going on with this.
Okay.
And see if somebody finds us. In which case we should probably hide and keep lookout.
There's only one downside
Yeah,
to
we
this.
should...
And on that note, I need everybody to tell me what you look like, because we ran out of time.
What?
Tell me what
What?
you look like currently.
Okay.
Tell me
Um,
what you look like.
I went with a...
You're wearing especially gold trim
Golden pink.
on
Yes,
your
oh, yeah,
visual outlet, I believe.
Yeah, golden...
Yeah.
Yeah, pink is my main color, gold is my accents. I'm wearing a top hat today. And...
Grace, what do you look like?
I'm wearing my green frog hoodie and some black pants, and I am covered in leaves and sticks because I did sleep in the garbage, so I'm probably also... I think I still have my banana peel hat on. Not positive, though. Could be. Might have fallen off.
Okay.
Trash woman.
Oh, I am wearing my red robes with an owl on my shoulder.
Red robe gave me anxiety, but okay.
Grace, as we are discussing things, you notice someone trying to stealthily make their way over to the illusionary elk. Yeah, they're about 30 feet off from where the stone is and where we are-ish. 30, 25 feet off from us. We are all safely inside the elk at the moment. What you can see of this person is a very dark and green-clad small Kenku who has a crossbow, hand crossbow, and short sword drawn while slowly approaching the elk. It's unclear if their purpose is to attack the elk or what's going on. Grace, since you're still the only one who can see this... Okay, so you can tell that they are quite clearly approaching the elk with seeming like their destination is beyond the elk. So you have a general idea that this is probably the person who was coming for this.
Ah.
I want everyone to roll initiative because we have very limited amount of time before things before they get upon us, and I want to do it in initiative order for that.
All right.
We might also end up fighting them.
12 plus 1, 13.
I'm going to use this time to whisper my armor's command word and change into basically the same outfit, but with that same crest in prime locations.
Okay.
There's a metal bit on my hat that is also there.
Grace, what did you say yours was?
12 plus 1, 13.
Top of the round is Anthony, where you used your bonus action, I believe, to change yourself into that apparel that you mentioned.
Yeah. Also, I've officially decided on a command word. Instead of saute, it's going to be legato.
Legato.
Yep.
The cat.
What?
Legato. Le in gato in Spanish means the cat.
Huh. It's a music term that means without breaking rhythm.
Yeah.
In Spanish, it means the cat.
Watch as you're wrong. I hope you are.
Legato.
No, wait,
Something
that's
like that.
el gato, not legato.
Yeah. No, you're taking the le from French or somewhere else. But you heard gato and you were like, ah, yes, it is cat.
Cat. Okay.
So, Anthony, anything else you want to do on your turn at this moment? You can say anything as a free action. You still have your action if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna whisper to you guys. All right. I think they're with the people who I'm trying to research. So I'm gonna try to pretend that I'm on their side.
Okay.
It should be
And see if I
noted
can-
that they're holding a small cage and sack strapped to their back.
Don't worry, we got this. Okay, but if things go wrong, back me up. Okay.
At that point, the Kenku is going to make their way closer, but not all the way despite them having the movement for that. Stopping just about right outside of where the elk covers, because we are right about in the middle of the elk, so they're just slightly beyond us. Grace, it is your turn.
Can I ready an action?
Yes, you can. What would you like to do?
Okay. My current plan is to hide in the safety of this illusionary elk until it sounds like Anthony's getting his ass handed to him. Like if he doesn't convince this bird, I'll pop out and give him the old one too. So can I?
You can see outside of the elk, I will say. So
Cool.
you could have a very clear vision of what's going on there. You will be able to tell the moment things start going wrong with Anthony.
I will ready
Say
Chaos
that
Bolt
it's gonna happen.
at this bird just in case.
Okay. So you have Chaos Bolt readied under the situation where Anthony starts getting attacked.
Yeah.
Okay. My turn in that. I am going to use my bonus action to cast Dragon Breath on Orphelia.
On Anthony Snyder.
And then hold a Firebolt to cast in the same scenario that Grace has, so that we're just prepared in case something goes awry with Anthony, but we're trusting in him to figure this out.
Very well.
Anthony, it is back to your turn.
All right. I guess I'll try to leave in the least threatening manner possible. Weapons sheathed. I'm thinking like hands on my sides, kind of like I know that they're there, and my express purpose is to like strike up a conversation.
Okay. So you exit the elk?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say,
Moment of
hail and well met.
What was that?
Hail and well met.
The moment she sees you, she directs her crossbow directly at you.
Whoa! I'm not here to fight. I just stumbled upon this elk, and wanted to check it out.
As I was gonna say, after taking a moment to look you over, shoots you immediately.
What? But I have the symbols.
You'll figure out why that
Do I
doesn't
not-
work in the future.
Do I not make a
later?
persuasion check at all?
Not at this moment. She was expecting something specific. You are not that thing,
All right.
and she has reasons to not want to be known of by other people at the moment. a sort of silence the witness type thing is happening at the moment. At that moment, what will happen first is, since she was not, she does not get sneak attack on this,
Sorry,
is
yeah,
what
I
I'll
might...
say. But she does fire a crossbow at you,
Okay.
which will happen first, followed by mine and Grace's
That's
attacks.
not what I like to hear. Could I have readied the dodge action, just in case she tried anything?
I will say yes.
Okay, so that's disadvantage.
It's an 11 to hit.
That does not hit me.
So, because you expecting this possibility, you quickly duck the moment that he fires the arrow, and it passes through your illusionary top hat, just barely missing you. At this same moment, Grace, make an attack roll for me.
Woof. I'm not gonna do that yet.
Oh, I should mention...
You said
weapons...
if they attacked, you were going to cast Chaos Bolt.
No, if I started to get my ass beat, I'm still in the good.
No one died yet.
I had stated just in case Anthony was getting attacked, I was going to fire.
No,
so I am firing
No.
a firebolt here.
Well, this makes my plan less
No,
effective.
but I thought we were gonna.
You know,
wait
no,
on
I
Anthony.
will wait until Anthony gives an. Yeah, you know,
Oh, yeah.
we are waiting on Anthony to give a signal.
Yeah. I still keeping my weapon sheathed. I'm just gonna say, wow, nice shot. I'm not here to fight you. We're here by circumstance. We're not your enemies.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage
Okie dokie.
for me, real quick.
That is an 18.
Okay, that barely passes.
Oh, good.
So she, upon hearing your words, this small Kenku will lower their crossbow slightly, still having it aimed at you, but not directly attacking at the moment. Releases a snake hiss in show that they are not happy with this situation.
Look, if I could be not here, that I would, but we found a neat elk, and we wanted to pet the elk.
What I
That's
was about
literally
to
the whole
say
story.
was,
Go
Grace,
ahead.
since it comes back around to your turn at this point, and you have not fired your spell, you do lose the spell slot.
What?
What?
That's not a thing.
If you... Yes, it is. If you have the held action to prepare a spell in case of a circumstance, but that circumstance doesn't come around, you lose the spell.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You know what? That actually does make more sense, Grace. You get to keep your Chaos Bolt prepared in case things start going wrong.
Thank you.
All right.
Because that's why you can hold turns. That's like
and-
the whole point.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. To that end, Grace, it is your turn currently. You can choose to release your spell now, or keep holding it, and pipe
I'm
up
just gonna wait.
or not.
I'm not
You
gonna
cannot
interrupt.
move while you're holding the spell, though, is what I'll say.
Yeah, that would not be a plan. I thought we were gonna pretend we weren't there, but then Anthony said we, so that kinda, there goes that.
Yeah.
Good
I made
point.
a bit of a whoopsie
She
there.
does know the we, and will probably address it at her next turn, because I forgot to address it on my turn. On her turn.
I mean, you could probably lie and just say I'm using the royal we. Sorry, form of habit, but
True. Anthony, comes back around to your turn. Both me and Grace are still holding our spells inside of the elk.
I'm gonna... Let's see. I've had a lot of time to plan this turn, haven't I? I'm gonna say probably something along the lines of, again, we're not here to fight you. We just found a thing. There's a bag of gems in there for you. We didn't take them. Or I presume it's for you. If it's not for you, then this is gonna be really awkward. But you did try to shoot at me, and boy, that looked like it would have hurt. I'm glad it didn't hit me, so thank you. My compatriots, 2 of them, are in the elk. They're gonna walk to my right, I think. I don't know, this is the way. Guys, don't worry. I think it's safe.
you just
At
had
this
the ability to
point-
have us have a surprise round, and now you have given her all of the tricks in your sleeve, and are like, these are the tricks I have.
I'm trying to appear as non-threatening as possible. Sorry, I'm trying to be as non-threatening as possible, not appear.
That's cool, but you don't have
Anthony,
to
That would be
give
trickery.
people
Make
your
another
secrets.
persuasion. Make another persuasion check.
Okie dokie. Alright, that is an 18.
Okay. She starts to raise her crossbow again at you again. And in a very adult and aggressive man's voice, she says, "We."
Yes. There are 3 of us. None of us want to cause harm. We are on a scouting mission to look for animals, and we found a big one, as you can clearly see, and I gesture behind me. But it turns out it's not an animal. So we can cross this one off the list. We're gonna be on our way now. You don't have to be so uptight about this, come on.
Make another persuasion check. Disadvantage again, because she's on guard now that she knows there's more of you.
Yeah, oops, that was advantage. Doesn't matter, that is 12 plus 8, so 20.
So she's going to shoot her crossbow again.
Can I take the dodge action?
You can, but she had
Thanks.
taken the steady aim bonus action
Bad.
in doing so this just becomes a straight roll now. And that's a 19. Nat
That
19. Bring that even higher, so yeah. Luckily she's not a fighter, not one of those classes that crits with that. Because of your dodge action, once again, she does not get sneak attack on this. However, you take 7 damage.
Yeah, I go up to parry it with the metal part of my tap shoes, and I accidentally kick it, right into my shoulder.
Yeah, that exactly happens. At this
Ow.
point, Grace, would you say this is a point where you would release your spell?
Nope.
Yep, alright, I say, alright,
Grace isn't releasing her spell?
no more Mr. Nice Trio, maybe?
Well, at that point, I would have released my spell at seeing Anthony actually get hurt. So that was an 18 to 24 to hit. What's her AC? Higher than all of ours, I'll tell you that much. And that is 7 damage.
Aha, a 7 for a 7.
And now she knows that there's magic happening.
Actually, I will release my spell because I just came up with a genius action.
Grace, seeing me release my spell, also releases her spell simultaneously. Grace, make an attack roll.
It's not gonna hit.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Yep, nope. The bolt goes wide and splashes off against the far tree. And Grace, it is now your turn.
Isaac, you look to your left or wherever I am in relation to you.
You are to my right.
To go, what the heck? That was a horrible, horrible thing you just did. How'd you frick up so bad? But you don't see me anymore because you see a raccoon. And I do a salute and I scuttle off behind the elk. Away
So you scuttle.
from
So
danger. As a raccoon. And I climb this tree.
The raccoon stat block has a speed of 20 feet.
Okay.
So you can't get up either of the 2 trees here, but you can get to the base of one. And you'll still technically, since you are now smaller as a raccoon, you can go 5 more feet if you want. You're technically still covered by the elk at the moment, because you're now smaller.
Heck yes, I am.
You're right around its butt, though.
Okay.
Moving
That's
on,
fine.
it's my turn. And seeing the hostility, I will cast Magic Missile at first level
Oh boy.
to strike her. 11 damage. And I'm doing my best to... And then I'm going to move deeper into the elk a bit, leaving Ophelia behind. So that's 11 damage to her. As the balls of forceful energy streak out from the elk, I maneuver them in such a way that they streak one from your left, one from your right, and one over you to collide into the Kenku. So it looks like the thing came from directly behind you. From there, no, it's Orphelia's turn. At the 25 mark, she's going to use her action to blast a 15-foot cone of cold energy out of her mouth at the Kenku. They rolled a 2.
Excellent.
Plus modifiers, which is less, so they do take half damage. Because...
Full damage?
Nope, half damage.
Alright, rogue.
Rogues have uncanny dodge. Not uncanny dodge, evasion, which halves that damage. This is 5 more damages done to her from Orphelia, and then Orphelia's going to just swoop on past 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and land a little bit behind you, Anthony.
Cool.
She kind of wants to make it feel like you're the main one in charge here.
Aw,
So
thank
that
you.
Kiri focuses her, not Kiri, the Kenku focuses their focus on you.
Well, alright. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is now your turn.
Alright. I am going to I'm gonna clap my feet together, I'm gonna do a little jig, and I'm going to cast Hold Person.
Okay, give me a second to roll a thing to see.
I'm going to, as a bonus action, I think... no, wait, do I not have Cutting Words? Oh no, Unsettling Words. As a bonus action, I can expend one use of my Bard's Inspiration die to reduce the number rolled from a saving throw. So I'm going to do that also. I got a 5, so that reduces it by 5.
So that brings it to a 12, so she is held in place.
Yeah.
Hold
and
Person. Let me take a look at the specifics of this spell.
It's concentration up to 1 minute.
Paralyzed creature is incapacitated and can't move or speak.
Oh.
The creature automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of it. Incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions. Technically, this still allows bonus actions, but...
And then I'm going to say, I wasn't lying when I said I didn't want to fight. You chose this.
Staring daggers. At this point, I'm going to disperse combat for the moment. And I'm going to come out of the elk and take some rope and tie her up.
She can talk now.
Yes, she can.
So I'm going to say, alright, look, we're not bad guys. We might even be on the same side. I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. Let's just, forget this ever happened. Alright? I don't want to kill anything. I don't want to be killed. So, we'll give you your things, and then we'll both be on our way. Or, there's also an option too, where you could tell me what this organization you work for is.
So,
because
looking at the thing she's got on her back, there's a baby unicorn in the cage.
Cute.
And Grace, you would know this is very much not an okay thing. You don't know that, you don't know this person specifically, but in another druidic circle, there is not the one you're from, but there is a follower of Luru, the unicorn goddess.
Cute.
And they see people who partake in slaying or harming of unicorns in any manner, that being a crime punishable by death.
Isaac, you have to die now.
Oh, good. Right, I did that.
What?
Isaac froze the unicorn.
Okay, I
cast a
we're out of
spell with an
combat,
area
right?
of effect and it hit the unicorn. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
As I'm sauntering on 2 raccoon legs, I become human gumps once again, and I waddle up to everyone.
The unicorn is asleep at the moment, I will say.
And I waddle up to Isaac, first of all, and I go, "Hey, dipshit, you're gonna die," and then I smack you. Apologize.
Huh.
And then I point to the unicorn who's taking a nap. I used the power word, I'm sorry.
Power word, power word.
Power word kill Anthony's emotions by saying the A word. So Long's like, you gonna apologize? Or am I gonna smack you again and do damage this time?
I will apologize to the baby unicorn when it wakes up. Because apologizing to a sleeping creature is not very effective.
And then I swivel my neck, just like that. You can't see it, but I did a really badass swivel that probably gave me whiplash. And I talk to this Kenku and I go, give me one reason. One reason. Just kidding, I'm not that intimidating. Hi, my name is Goos, and we have questions for you. And if you answer them...
You're wearing a frog hoodie.
Yes, I'm peeking out of the mouth of a frog hoodie. And I'm like, I'm not that intimidating. But if you answer our questions, we won't immediately report you to the people that have you murdered for having a unicorn in a cage. How's that sound?
Looking at you, she tries nudging at her bag, trying to indicate something about it. I'm going to look inside, and in there's a pad of paper and pen, which you can see is her primary mode of communication. Because Kenkus aren't very good at talking. So if you'll, in your own voice, she says,
Answer question immediately.
looking through the other items that she has on her person, there's quite clearly a difference between the items that she was probably delivering to this spot, because it is along with the unicorn and her own things. But the items that she had along with the unicorns is a bag of gem-like dust and 10 pounds of a plant. And Grace, I need you to make a nature check, and Anthony,
Yes?
make a history or arcana check. I can do the same.
Alright. Alright. Same thing for both of them. Wowzers. Alright, you got a 24, I got a 14.
Okay, so...
16 plus 6.
Okay. Getting to things in order. Anthony, this wasn't too hard of a DC, but you did fail. But with a moment, but after I say the name of it, you recognize it. This is a bag of residuum,
Ooh.
which is a highly sought-after material that is incredible for spellcrafting, as it can take the place of any cost-based material component, as well as be used in the creation of any magic items and reduce the cost by more than what the residuum itself is worth.
Hot dog.
It would also be known, it's a highly regulated product that is found only in the Dasagon Empire, and any exports out of the Dasagon Empire are dealt directly with the magic academies in Crestil, specifically the Reliquary. And having any beyond being in that is fairly illegal and not allowed. And you will be questioned heavily if you are found with any on your person. Grace, you notice the plants that she has on her as semi-illegal magic plants. They're not directly illegal in their natural state, but through certain processing means of these plants, they can be turned into a magical drug that can temporarily boost magical power and is used in certain forms of ritual that is illegal when it is turned into this drug. And this plant is prepped for being the process, but could still be used for other means at the moment. So you couldn't say for sure whether or not they're trying to use illegal plants here.
So it's like sassafras?
And as I already told you, baby unicorn. You can tell why she probably didn't want you guys knowing of what she had going on here. Seeing as she is carrying a buttload of illegal things to meet with a specific person, deliver them, get her pay, and never have to deal with it again. And we have found her, confronted her, and she needed to protect herself from being found out. And now she's just trying to reduce damage as she can, now that she is at our mercy, so to speak.
I'm gonna let Grace lead on this one.
I squat down and I go, well, okay. I know this cool guy over here is going to have a lot of questions for you, but they're not the questions I'm interested in. So I'm going to ask you one. Sometimes we have to do stuff that we don't want to do because we're in a situation where there's no other alternative. And I totally understand that. Is this one of those for you? And I give her a pen and a paper.
With this, she writes out in response, I am a person with a set of skills who has chosen to work in the more profitable side of life. I don't ask questions, I just do my job. And she leaves it at that for your question.
I nod, and I say, I can respect that, you know? Sometimes we need to make ends meet, and that's fine. If I ever come across you again, and I'm in a little better off standing, I'd love to have a conversation with you. But for now, why don't you talk to my very tall, dapper, handsome friend, Anthony Snyder?
At that, she looks a little confused and intrigued at what you're saying, Grace, and just nods and looks over to you, Anthony.
So, lots of illegal things. Tried to kill us even though I basically surrendered. You have your own reasons, I'm sure. Man, I'm trying to think of a way where we can both walk away from this and both win. And I'm thinking that bag of gems has something to do with it.
Opening up her notepad
I'm
again.
sure there are a lot of people that would like you to release the unicorn. That's a given. The other stuff could be explained away as delivery. So...
I scooch over next to Anthony and I go, just ask questions about this sex cult and then we let her go. And we pretend we didn't fucking see shit.
Well, yeah, but that would be evil.
Or we get in on it if it's a really cool sex cult.
While you guys are whispering this, she's writing something down, and when she shows it to you, it says, I'm done with this job. At first it seemed alright, but now they've been asking too much, and things have gotten out of hand. Leave me be, and I'll take my goods and leave you alone. What do I have to do to buy your silence?
What do you have to do to buy your silence? Okay. At least some of the gems. And also, a little information about who you're working for and why you quit. Because they're using this symbol that I've recently learned about, and I want to know more about it. Oh, is that why you attacked me? Because I have the things, and I say the word and I turn back into my normal get up.
Legato?
Yeah.
With this she writes, I know nothing about that symbol, just that it appeared to be the religious sign of the person who hired me.
Oh, I give her the note that was on the bag. Wait, can I do that or is that a bad idea? I gesture to the note.
You can do that if you want.
No, I'm looking at it.
I'm going to try to stop you from that.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. We rip off the top part about the gems, right? Because we could just say those are ours. That's an easy lie. But if the delivery place has changed, she's going to need to know that or else she's going to get her butt assassinated.
She has already stated that she's done with this job. And she's not going to continue on with all the complications.
But the note said that she had to drop it somewhere else. If she leaves them here, they're going to think she didn't do her job, and then they're going to probably kill her or something because it's a sex cult.
So I carefully tear the note, making sure that any mention of the extra pay, of the gems specifically, not of the extra pay part, I leave that in, is off, and pass her the note. She reads through it. She is familiar with this particular cipher, as that's how she communicated with the job that she was doing, and writes again, I don't care. I'm done with this job. I'll take these goods and sell them on the black market.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure you wouldn't get any trouble for it.
Alright.
That you couldn't handle anyway.
Too much has already changed from the initial job. I'm not doing anymore.
Alright, very well. You seem like you have a good head on your shoulders.
Wait,
I'm about
she
to get a bad head on
once
mine.
again writes, this time with question marks and exclamation points, "What can I do to buy your silence?" She doesn't
Right.
feel like she isn't convinced that we're going to stay quiet about anything yet. All she's done is answer some questions. She needs to give us, she needs for herself to give us something to make it so that we
Here's
shut
an
up.
idea. I lean over to Anthony
Alright.
and I go, well, I mean, you could ask if she knows where this location is, and we could just go there so you could get some more answers about your weird sex cult.
That would be helpful.
To be clear, you guys already know where the Blank Forest is.
Well, we could still get some intel.
It's a fairly
About it.
well-known place.
I thought you meant blank like there was a blank space like code this whole time.
Oh, no. Blank as in the
Oh.
word blank.
You could still ask for, like what you need to know as a heads up.
I'm going to interject here. Leave the unicorn, and we'll call everything fine.
Yep, that works with me.
And I'm going to pick up the unicorn cage.
I'm gonna squint at you.
She looks frustrated, because it is the most expensive item of the things there. And then just gives an exasperated, in an older woman's voice, "Fine."
Same.
At this point, we untie her, and she makes her way, and on her way out Grace, she passes you
Nice.
a note, and it says, "If you have a job for me, you can probably find me at XYZ location, and I'll discuss with you later about what that location is, because I'm not entirely sure yet, but you are."
Nice.
Alright. On our way out, I say, good luck. And I'm going to cast Healing Word at first level.
Okay. She looks appreciated at that, and then continues off.
Yeah.
At this point, it is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm going to ritual cast Detect Magic right now. So give me 10 minutes,
I
guys.
keep poking you as you try to concentrate, and I'm like, hey, dipshit. Hey, we're gonna return this thing to the religion, right? We're not gonna, right? And I keep poking you, and I'm like, we're returning the... Hey, I know I just made a deal with some, like, really sketchy... Hey, we're still returning this child to its unicorn house, right?
Ignoring you for the past 10
I start
minutes while you
flailing
said
my limbs
that.
all over you.
He's built up an immunity.
And releasing Detect Magic, I can see quite clearly the magical things on our person.
Does my ear light
By
up?
the way, we still What?
Does my ear light up?
Yes, actually, your ear does light up, and that is startling to me.
I'm still rolling around, like on your
Wait.
legs, having a hissy fit.
There is illusion magic in the giant elk, which has still been unmoving for the past while. This
Fair.
entire time. And over the cage of that the unicorn is in, there's abjuration and... Let me figure out what school of magic this other spell is. Enchantment magic on the cage.
Oh, for sleeping.
It's a cage for sleep.
Dr. Cucumber is also rolling around, joining me in my hissy fit.
To respond to you, Grace, I say, "Oh my God, Grace,
Oh,
please
answer.
stop." Yes, we're returning the child. I just
You
wanted
could have just said that. You could have just said that. Now my stomach hurts.
And I roll onto the ground, and I go,
My guts hurt. You're pointy.
and then I stop moving.
the cage that, reaching into the bag of gems that was left behind, I'm going to take out the pearl and try and cast Identify with it on the cage. Because I have been in dire need of a pearl to use for
I
Identify.
inchworm my way towards the bag, and I take the amber, and I go, this is my son, and then I go back to not moving.
I take the diamond of the opals.
Oi, oi. We haven't done any splitting
No,
for
I
the
literally
party
don't
yet.
care about the rest of it. I
Yeah,
just want
but
the
I-
amber, because amber is liquid tree that's now hard tree, and I like it.
Okay. So, the spell does work. It is an 100 GP pearl. And I cast Identify after another 10 minutes on the cage. And it's called a Cage of Forced Sleep. and any small or smaller creature that is put inside is sent into a forced sleep as if under the casting of a 3rd level sleep spell, and will remain as such until taken out of. Grace, since you would be the one to know the most about unicorns, I'd guess, make an animal handling check for me.
An animal handling? I'm gonna handle the ambundle?
No, this is just asking you for some general see if you have any extra knowledge about unicorns.
7 + 5, that's a 12.
With this, you do know that unicorns are in fact sentient creatures. So so once it wakes up, we should be able to talk to it. But not much else. You know that they are worshipped in some places and are seen as holy beings. And you know that they're not beasts, but actually celestial in nature.
I've watched enough My Little Pony to know where this is going, I say to myself, and then I look disgusted that I said that with my mouth.
For now, let's get this little guy out of the cage.
I agree.
And
Puggers.
upon opening the cage,
Big pug.
the baby unicorn jolts awake and immediately charges out and at me as I have opened the cage and tries to hit me with a horn attack.
I apologize profusely, and I go, I'm so sorry we woke you up. That was probably not great, but I'm sorry.
And what language are you saying this in?
Elvish. I would say it, but I can only write in Elvish IRL.
Okay.
So that's
So,
bad.
baby unicorn, wait. Ah, shit, it hits me.
Good, you deserve it.
So, it hits me with its horn attack, which does 4 damage to
You
me.
can have hornhole twin scars. That was a horrible sentence.
Trying to calm it down, I say, whoa, we're here to free you and trying to help. I'm saying this in Elvish. Please calm down, and I'll start backing away from it. What was that, Anthony?
Do I know that they speak Celestial and not Common?
You do not know what languages they speak.
Alright, I'm hearing you both speak Elvish.
I heard Grace start speaking in Elvish, which is why I decided to speak in Elvish. Grace is the only one who would have even the slightest idea of what language a unicorn might speak, because I'm assuming Grace has probably looked up unicorns before.
I look over my shoulder and I look at Anthony and I go, you might want to try, Celestial, right?
Yeah, I do.
Speaking
I say
in
that.
all of our minds,
Use that one.
the creature repeats, for me and Grace, in Elvish, and for Anthony it says it 3 different times. The first 2 you don't understand, as it is in Elvish and Sylvan, but the 3rd time you do understand it. Where is home? Where is Mama?
Ah, my heart! Oh, we need to get you there!
Stay back. And it's
I sit
in a
on the
sniffling.
I sit on the ground and I show it my open hands, and then I go into my pocket and I pull out some snack. Maybe apple slices that are a little squishy. Let's be honest, I'm kind of gross that way. And I say, I kind of know where it is, and we can help you get back there, because we don't want you to be sad. And if you're hungry, maybe after a nap, you can have these. I'll put them on the ground if you don't want to get too close. I understand.
Something you would know, Grace, while there are worshippers of Luru, they don't actually have unicorns there.
I figured I could ask them, though.
You're right. You probably could. Still in a sniffling voice, but less taken aback, it says, Where am I? What's happening?
Well, we found you, and it looked like someone took you away from where you should be, and we weren't happy about that. So we taught them a thing or two, and now we want to get you home. So you're in the woods. There's probably a specific woods, and I look at Isaac to please help because I'm panicking, and I don't want to see a sad animal.
I am going to make a history check to see if I actually know anything about where unicorns might be. I have no idea. I just give you shrugs.
I was hoping you were going to say what forest we were in currently.
I have not, as the DM I am stating, I have not named this place yet, but I can inform you of what forest we are in, and I relay that to you, but you would also know this, so you would not...
No, I'm panicking.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was asking for help.
I relay, it's still in Elvish, what forest we're in.
Okay.
And the unicorn responds with, I don't know where that is. Stay back!
Yeah.
And it's brandishing its horn at you still. But is a little less offensive with it.
Don't worry, we don't want to hurt you. We just want to get you home. Isn't that right, guys? And I offer seats on some nearby ground forest. Because you guys are tall and it scares me, personally.
I have already been sitting down, and for a moment the unicorn then starts to shimmer before the shimmering disperses and says, I can't get home. Where are we?
Well, we can try to help you get home. I don't know what to say other than we're in a woods that's clearly not where you're supposed to be, and clearly not where necessarily we're supposed to be.
At that point,
But
the
we can do
unicorn's
our
just going to
best.
start crying in our minds.
Guys, what are you doing? I can't understand what you guys are talking about, but you sound like you're making it upset.
And then just go, Mommy.
I start crying. Because I too miss my mom.
True.
Oh, dang.
And I go, listen, I also miss my mom, and I'm trying to find my way home too. And so are these two nincompoops. And I bet we can help you find your way home a lot easier. So if you want some help, we can help you. Because I don't want to leave you alone in this big scary woods, because it's yucky here. But Isaac died and passed away, so the unicorn can't talk anymore. Because Isaac's deceased. He's died.
I'm checking something real fast.
This dude's
We've
checking
passed
something.
real fast. He's just hunched like a hamster eating a sunflower seed. What is happening?
I'm checking some things, because feeding happened during this trip. While the unicorn is crying, I'm gonna ask it, what's the last things you remember? To which the unicorn will respond with, I remember I've been in a cage for so long, in a groggy state. I remember being fed, and, before the snow started to fall, I was at home in Mommy's grove, and I saw something tasty while Mommy was out, and then fell asleep. And now I'm here, and I don't know. From this you know that the unicorn's was kidnapped before winter set in.
But it's January!
It's been a long travel. You don't know exactly what's been going on with the Kenku, because she hasn't made a direct trip, but even a direct trip would have taken more than a month and a half, which you don't know, but I'm telling you anyways, to get from there to where we are. And it's fine that I'm telling you all this, since you don't have a map or any geography of this location.
Let's see. I'm going to say this in Celestial. I am not sure what's going on, but you need help, I think. And if you're willing to accept it from us, we'd be happy to lend it.
At this point, Grace, I want you to make an animal handling check. And then, Anthony, I want you to make a persuasion check. Grace, I need you to do yours first, because yours will be affecting what the DC is for Anthony's check.
Okay, 11 plus.
You have advantage on the animal handling check, as I have been helping you with this.
Okay, 13 plus 5.
So, 18. Great. Anthony, make a persuasion check.
Oh, no. Okay, 18.
What? Wait, why an 18?
Because of my silver tongue.
Ah, right.
If I make a roll below 10, I can bump it up to a 10.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that passes.
Yeah, that's the reason I took this class.
Good job, Anthony.
Thank you.
The unicorn says, Really?
Absolutely.
Okay. I know we've been going north a lot, I think.
Here, I'll tell you what, adorable tiny friend. Do you have a name?
No.
Okay, we'll deal with that in a minute. But I know some people who I think could be really helpful in finding your home. So, we have to pretend we're looking at animals for a hot second, but after that's over, we can take you to them, and then they can help us find where your home is. How does that sound?
Okay.
And don't worry, you will be not having a horrible travel like last time. I promise. It'll be much better.
At this point, it will come up to you, Grace, and eat the apples that you had laid out for it.
Yes.
Yesu.
Big bug.
Talking in common again, I say, we should not take this little guy inside the city.
I concur.
I agree.
I have a feeling we will either get in a lot of trouble or have to answer more questions than we want to without spilling the beans on your new friend, Grace.
Yeah, I ain't no narc, but I'm also not a merciless, heartless individual who wants to see a unicorn cry.
Yeah. We could take turns turning in the quest and just keeping outside the city.
Judging from what it's saying, we definitely need to get money at this time to prepare for travel if we do plan on going there first. Anthony, I know we just got a clue onto the thing you've been talking about. Do we want to help this little guy out first?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Just wanted to be clear on that.
It seems like if we go to where the people who wanted him, or wanted them are, that's going to end poorly, so we should do that after the fact.
Okay.
First, Unicorn Quest, then Creepy Sex Cult Quest.
In that order.
So, the unicorn has warmed up to us. It's still very sad, but it will now willingly tag along with us and provide no help in combat, but out of combat help it is willing to partake in.
Alright, can you help me with my shoulder? Rescuing you was more painful than I thought it would be.
Looking at you, Anthony, and speaking to your mind with Celestial, it says, I can help if you would like, and motions for you to bend over and lie on the ground so that it can actually reach you.
I do. Is there moss on the ground? Is it not like dirt and rocks?
It is grassy.
Middle ground.
You heal 9 hit points
Wow.
as the unicorn touches the tip of its horn to your wounded shoulder.
Wow, that was great. Thanks. And I give out my finger for a high five.
It boops it with your nose, and then it just starts mass casting druidcraft in the area around itself to try and grow the grass up and make things softer so it can just be sad for a little bit in comfort.
Alright, well, we have found a new best friend.
I take off my frog hoodie and use it as a blanket for this tiny horse friend.
Thank you. Oh, I was hoping this was gonna happen. You guys were so on the route of leaving the unicorn behind, and I was just, no, get the little friend.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Something I should mention. Now, while we are traveling at any point that we are actually able to use stealth, Path Without a Trace is constantly being cast on us.
Lovely.
So that's a plus
I'm
10
bad
to
at
any stealth checks we make. Equally to you, Grace, it can cast Druidcraft as it wants, and it can cast Dispel Good and Evil as well. And while the last one, it doesn't do that often, it will very often be casting both of the previous spells that it knows.
Can I roll an insight check to see if it reacted at all to my ear?
Sure.
This tiny unicorn eats your ear off. It's like, delicious magics.
Bite. Alright, insight.
Right.
Alright, that's a 13.
It does not react to your ear whatsoever.
Okay.
However, Anthony, as Grace is comforting the unicorn more, I'm gonna pull you to the side and speaking common again.
By the ear.
So remember how you said there's that thing on your ear?
Yes.
When I cast Detect Magic, of course all of us lit up like Christmas trees because we've got magical stuff going on here. But your ear quite specifically radiated a sort of magic as well, different from your... There was illusion mixed in with that, which was the norm for the majority of your body, as you're constantly having illusion magics across it. But it also had other indistinguishable traces of magic as well. So
you
there is...
put them into a school?
No, it doesn't fit into a school is the problem.
Huh.
Which is not an uncommon thing to find, I should mention. You had another thing that also fits under that standard.
Is it the disco ball? No, wait, that would be enchantment, wouldn't it?
You know, probably, but I didn't think. But no, it doesn't. It doesn't fit into that.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it's not divination, that means no one's spying on us, so that's good.
I wouldn't count that there isn't divination mixed into that.
Well,
there was
you
like a
win some,
mix of
lose some.
colors when I looked at it. I could clearly see illusion because you have a whole lot of that going on. But then most of it looked like there wasn't other things going on. There wasn't things that I could directly recognize.
Alright, well,
So
thanks
there
for
might
the heads
be
up.
divination there.
Now I know I'm not just feeling things.
At this point, it's time to begin our trek through the forest again, since we have more we need to figure out. And so everybody, this time with Baby Unicorn tagging along. Okay, the Unicorn is still not in the best of moods, but he's coming along with us. I need everybody to roll a group stealth check again. Orphelia has been bamfed out for the time being.
Pass without a trace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna need it. I got a 16 in total.
That was so close to being a nat 20. Instead, I just have a dirty 20.
Because I rolled a 2.
Well,
We're sneaking, are we?
Yeah, because that's how we wanted to approach things while going through the woods.
5 plus the 8 that happens.
I rolled a 20, so that gives us that as our stealth now.
Sure, excellent.
And this time we're a mighty deal stealthier, the unicorn's magic assisting us, and we're actually able to spot quite a few more animals on our trek. It still doesn't seem anything more is being challenging. There's no more animals or less animals. There aren't incredibly violent or foraging ones. Things seem normal for forest, and Grace, you would know this the most. Later through that, 3 constrictor snakes have not noticed us with their passive perception. We can choose to fight them if we wanted to, or we can choose to try and make another stealth check at this moment to let them move by and pass us without notice.
Yeah, let's move by.
Grace, make a animal handling check for me.
Oh no. 8.
You said 8?
Total.
Total?
Yeah, not great.
Okay, you don't know enough about constrictor snakes. Give me a moment to check something. Your max CR is half. These animals fit in your max CR 4 things you can wild shape into, so you have gained the ability to wild shape into constrictor snakes.
Can become snake.
So go ahead and add that to your character sheet under wild shapes.
Detroit becomes serpent.
These constrictor snakes, because we've chosen to try and hide and not move from them, they are passing right by us. So their blind sight that they have would be able to detect us, potentially if their perception, when I roll perception for them, can get to us. But no, they didn't have a chance in the first place anyway, so I don't know why I rolled. So yeah, the constrictor snakes just slither on past, not even noticing that we exist. We continue on for more time until we are brought till dusk, and it is nightfall.
Ah, sleep shenanigans.
Oh no. Either somebody rolls survival with advantage, or the two of you can roll survival separately just for collecting firewood. During that time, I'm going to spend time casting the alarm spell in the general area around us so that we have a bit of warning.
Alright, I rolled a 9 on survival, so Grace, you can do the other one.
Okay. 14, because it's 11 plus 3.
Okay, so you've got some firewood. It probably won't last us the entire night, but it'll do for starting up and for now. As we're settling in and getting started on meals, Grace, you can use prestidigitation this time to get Anthony a salad if you should wish, as well as our little unicorn friend is doing this very same thing for themselves.
Yeah.
Pachow.
I'm going to ask you both. I noticed when I cast Detect Magic earlier that you all had some magic items on your person. Would you like me to try and cast Identify to figure out the specifics of them now, by any chance?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really helpful.
And I will spend the next... I'm not going to check your Glamored Armor. You've already been told exactly what that does. I am casting Identify on your Disco Ball. And Grace, while it's under magical items in your character sheet, the egg does not actually radiate any magical energy from Detect Magic.
Egg.
So I'm casting Detect Magic on your Staff of Tiny Friendship. So now I can inform you, Grace, exactly what your Staff of Tiny Friendship does. So you now actually have exact knowledge of what it can be used for.
Hooray.
To make friends with your animals. And Anthony, as I cast release my Identify spell on your ball, I actually made note of this already, eliminated enchantment and illusion magic when I looked at it. And I now need to make an Arcana check to see exactly how much I can learn of this. And that's an 18, bringing me to 24
Nice.
for this. So that fails the DC to learn everything about this.
Well,
But I do gain some knowledge of it. It's like I release my thoughts to encapture what is happening with this ball and get a semblance of an idea before being thrust out and not being able to comprehend all the information that tried to flood into my head.
oh boy.
The effect resembles, but is not, Oto's Irresistible Dance. And I know what each of the 3 sliders stand for. And that's all the knowledge I could gain.
I know what the top and bottom ones stand for, but could you tell me the middle?
The top one, the D slider, indicates distance that the effect can occur over. The middle one, the P, stands for the number of beings or people that can be affected by the ball at once. And the bottom one, the T slider, stands for the time that the effect lasts for.
Did you learn anything about what it can affect? Is it just like a universal thing? Does it only affect humanoids? It just says now it affected animals.
I know nothing more than that.
Okie dokie. I'll take it.
With that, it's time for the night's watch. Don't forget, everybody, to mark off 1 day's worth of rations.
Nah. I'll just become squirrel and eat some nuts, dog.
You can druid craft yourself a salad, or nuts, or berries, as you please. That's very easy in this area.
I'm going to work with
Munch.
the unicorn. I'm going to ask... We never came up with a name for him. Or them.
We haven't. That'll be something we decide between sessions.
Okay. Next, I'm going to ask if they can supply me with a few vegetables and rice, and I'm going to try to make myself a little stir-fry.
So that's not in the capabilities of druidcraft, but they grow you some longer grass and a berry or flowers, in case you want to eat those. Make a nature check.
Bowl of strawberries and almonds. Nature check? Okay.
Yeah. Not directly those, but other things.
Nature. It's just a skill that I have. Oh no. 9.
Yeah, you have no idea whether or not they're good or not, but seeing as the unicorn gave it to you, you doubt that they're bad.
Yeah, alright, I'll eat these.
Although
You
then
immediately
again,
die.
unicorns are immune to poison, so who knows?
Unicorns don't know necessarily what people can eat either.
You're right.
They are horses. Give them oats.
Who wants to take first watch?
Me!
I took. Okay, Grace, do it.
Okay, this time I want us to agree on an order beforehand. I'll take second watch. Anthony, you can take the last watch. And I'll leave Ophelia up for you to take the watch after on her own.
Okie dokie.
Grace,
Yeah.
it is now night,
It's nighttime.
and I need you to make a perception check. Ophelia is out and helping you. The unicorn is fast asleep, curled up
16
next to your
plus 5.
side. Okay.
21.
And your gaze pierces through the night as you keep watch for anything that might come. And nothing does. It's a peaceful night. Next watch is me, where I'm
I
good.
waddle up to Isaac. Where are you sleeping?
I'm sleeping on the ground tonight.
Okay.
He learned his lesson.
I waddle over. I use 2 fingers and I poke you directly in the cheek meat. This has become a science experiment.
I don't think I'll wake. Let me make a Constitution saving throw. See whether or not I wake up from this. At this point, where did the die I just dropped go? Oh no, here it is.
Suck.
Okay, con save. That's a nat 20. I'm fast asleep.
I slowly continue till my entire face is just, or my face, what? My hand is just on your face, and I'm just like,
I think at the point where your entire hand is there, I'll finally wake up and say, "Ow!"
I haven't hurt
Please?
you, fool.
No,
I'm just harassing you.
Grace, could you please get your hand off of my face?
I put my other hand on your mouth and I go, did you ask for more of my hands on your face? Get up. And then I walk away and I go to sleep using Mr. Cucumber as a pillow.
Okay. During that, the unicorn woke up, and he's decided to curl up with you, Grace,
Hooray!
in the crook
It's the best day.
along your belly or so, for extra warmth. Honestly, he trusts you the most, Grace.
Fair. I do too.
And I'm staying up this time. Ophelia is helping me. Correction, I'm helping Ophelia with perception checks. I have a -1 to perception. She has a +3.
That's because very smart and not wise.
So she gets a 17. And let me see. Ooh. Oh no. Shit.
Oh no. You had one job.
Okay. And approaching the camp, an ape is approaching the camp.
Oh no, we're gonna get monkeyed again.
I don't want to get monkeyed.
And let me just roll to see if the ape actually takes interest in us. It comes up, sees us, sees that we are more than it, and it's gonna wander off. I'm going to be spending the majority of my time working on spellcraft. Just trying to figure out a couple different spell components in some of the upcoming spells that I'm closest to finishing. This is just flavor stuff for me settings things. But hey, I got a dirty 20 on it, so I made some good improvements tonight.
There we go.
Dirty. Dirty boy.
To waking Anthony up, I think to myself, not yet, Isaac. Soon, but not yet.
Oh no.
And I just wake you up.
What do you mean? Alright. Yeah, hey, what's up, Isaac?
Hate to see it.
And
I'm making watch.
it's your time for watch. Ophelia is with you. You can either do perception separately, or one of you can do it with advantage. Not Ophelia can do it with advantage. You can do it with advantage, or you both can do it separately.
Let's just do it separately.
Okay. She got an 8.
Alright, I got a 21.
Great! You'll probably notice things coming, if they come.
Oh boy.
Let me check. Yeah, that's not coming.
Ew.
And your watch goes fairly uneventfully, Anthony.
Yeah, fair.
Anything you would like to do during your watch? The unicorn is crying a little bit in it, silently crying a little in its sleep. But you only tell that based off of the slow tears going down its face, as it is not directly speaking to you telepathically.
It
I
is
see.
getting a humongous hug from me. Who
That is true.
Unconscious.
One arm of Grace is around Mr. Cucumber, who is also acting as her pillow, and the other arm is around the baby unicorn
Oh,
in attempts to
And Egg is
comfort as
also
she's sleeping.
Curled in
And
there
Egg
somewhere.
is curled up, sleeping on top of Grace's head.
Animal
yeah, I guess I'm
pie.
gonna whisper under my breath, hey, butterfly lady, if you can hear me, a little more information would be very helpful. So, I'm gonna go back to sleep pretty soon. If you're willing to hit me up, I'd be more than grateful. And then I'm just gonna, for the rest of my watch, intermittently look up at the stars and trying to get a little, like, inspiration for a song.
As you look into the stars, you see a shooting star
Yay!
traveling from north to south of your current location, I believe, if I'm correct.
He knows where the star is.
Laura
From
Star!
a shooting star from north to south is streaking across the sky, a lone one.
Huh.
Maybe it's got some relevance, you don't know.
Nah, it probably means just go south. I don't... Yeah. Alright, with that, I was gonna check to see if I had anything to use as a blanket for the unicorn, but I don't. So I'm gonna just, go back to bed and tell Ophelia to take it from there.
For the last watch of the night, Ophelia is on her own, as we do not have enough people to keep watch throughout the entire night. She rolled a nat 1 on her perception.
Uh-oh.
Ophelia.
So...
My man.
Yep. Okay. Let's figure out what's happening this time. Ooh! That could actually be interesting. So,
Isaac scares me when he says words.
without any warning, an alarm goes off in my head. Specifically the bedroom alarm that I am currently using now, alerting me that something is approaching. Let me check to make sure that the alarm spell actually does this.
It does now. You're the DM. Bro, it's fine.
Yep, it awakens me, and I'm suddenly awake, and I know that there are 3 tiny creatures approaching our location. And I'm going to roll a new perception check just for myself and have these guys roll stealth real quick. So, yeah, I look around and I don't see where they are, but I know where they're coming from. I'm gonna leave Grace sleeping, because she's got the baby unicorn at the moment.
Hell yeah.
And I'm gonna wake up Anthony and tell him, Anthony, wake up. We've got
What?
we've got 3 things approaching quickly.
What? Where?
And right as I do that, 3 glowing little balls of light appear here before us.
Ah, what? Hello?
And in front of us are 3 pixies.
Oh, no.
I'm glad I'm unconscious and unaware of the pixie situation.
And they actually make their way over to the little unicorn, showering pixie dust across us all.
Can we gather this and use it?
Yes, we could.
Oh, yeah, I'll use the scroll that my map is in.
You don't have a map.
Yeah, I do.
You have a map?
Yeah.
He's Dora. He has a map.
Case, map, or scroll.
Oh, that doesn't have anything in it. You just have a case that could fit a map or scroll. You do not have a map. I am quite specifically saying you do not have a map.
I put the pixie dust in there.
You try and collect as much pixie dust as it falls within your map case. Awakening you, Grace, as there is pixie dust being sprinkled on your nose by one of the
I sneeze.
pixies doing twirls on your twirls right on top of you. Speaking in a language none of us can understand, pixies are questioning us profusely. And this wakes up the baby unicorn, who does know what they're saying and can translate for us.
Hey, tiny guy, would you tell these really cool friends? And
I go back to sleep.
Okay, to me and Anthony, who are dealing with the pixies, the baby unicorn tells us, to our minds, in the languages we know, each separately,
Wow,
it's okay, these guys are friendly. They sensed that I was near and wanted to make sure everything was okay with me.
Ah. Right, yeah, you're good. You want to go back to bed?
I have informed them that you all seem well enough, and that you've promised to take me home. And at that point, one of the pixies will fly up in front of each of us while the other still stands over it and cast a spell.
It's called My Wife. It's the entirety of the second Borat movie.
To cast Detect Thoughts on each of us. And they start questioning our true intentions revolving around the unicorn. More as mental commands being directed at our minds than anything else, and even without having to think of an answer, they seem pleased, as the spell disturbs the mental residue and tells us of their true nature. Anthony, I need you to tell me now if your true nature about plans for this unicorn have any terrible thoughts.
They do, but not coming from me. I'm more worried that how we're going to turn in this quest and keep the unicorn, and it's a lot of visions of the unicorn being stolen from us at a tavern.
Directed... It's not any thoughts directed
no ill will
towards it.
No, more protective thoughts and worry.
Okay, just needed to make sure. Because that's how I'm saying to detect thought works in this situation.
Reasonable.
Okay. Looking satisfied, a pixie, having seen you trying to collect dust, will start spinning above it to deposit more dust.
Ew.
In it, and I'll figure out what that'll actually do for you now, and the unicorn will translate for us saying, They trust you well enough and are giving you this as a gift in hopes that it'll help you take me home.
Ah,
Thank
great.
you, sister. Thank you, friends. It says as the pixies leave.
Thank you, sisters.
Before they leave, sir, you hear me half unconsciously because I'm gone. Say, alright, maybe they know where to go with the horse.
Oh yeah, do you guys know where he lives? Because we're trying to find that out ourselves. I say in Celestial.
The one that didn't use Detect Thoughts leaves, but actually shortly returns with an item that I need to figure out what it is that they're actually giving us here. Having heard what you said, they have no idea what you said, but the unicorn tells you that they don't know where I live, but they know that I should not be here.
Oh, they're dang right.
Anthony.
What?
Roll a D4 for me.
A D4? You want
Yep.
me to roll a
dice?
You want me to roll a D4?
Yeah, because they are giving this item to you.
You mean roll a caltrop? All right, I got a 2.
2. Okay. As they fly over to you, as it flies over to you, it has a small sphere of thick glass in it that it's lifting up, about the same size as its body.
Oh wow!
And it gestures for you. It tries to gesture to you to put out your hand.
I do.
They drop the palm-sized glass ball in your hand and then flit off.
All right. Hey, I have 2 balls now. How fog is that?
I'm going to, because we're just about to finish a long rest, use my spell book to quicken ritual cast a spell, which allows me to cast a ritual spell without spending the ritual time to cast it.
Oh, cool.
And still without using a spell slot to cast Detect Magic, and see that there is something magical going on inside of your case now, and this ball is magic. And I'm going to spend the next 22 minutes again before going back to sleep. I can't tell you exactly what the dust does yet, but this is a drift globe, and you can add that to your inventory now, Anthony.
Cool.
And with that, morning rises on the next dawn. And that'll be where we pick up next time, folks. Thank you for listening to our Fantasy Isekai podcast. We hope you have enjoyed. Please let me know if you have... please ask me any questions in the comments section below. And give me any suggestions. I am always eager to hear your thoughts and opinions on how we're doing with this. Grace, I believe you have a question you want to end things off with?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, that is the thing that I do. Hold on.
Yeah. This is a question. Very important. If not, I will not indulge in this isekai campaign, Longfellow. Question 40, in all caps. Are there fuzzy blankets?